Hello Trophy Hunters, this is Brian and PS4 Trophies. I'm going to show you all the location of the collectibles in Ghostbusters The Video Game, remastered on the PS4. I'm also going to show you some miscellaneous trophies along the way, such as sliding down the fire pole, and you got to try this pole trophy. Now I'm going to find a whole bunch of collectibles, starting off with the fountain. First fountain, there's 8 of them total in the game. It is in the firehouse. Now we're heading into the hotel. As soon as you gain access into the hotel, look for the vending machines off to the right here. There's some product placement for Doritos, as well as another fountain. That's number 2. We're going to stay in the hotel for quite a bit. All right, there are also 4 substances you have to get. One substance is automatic right here. This is the ectoplasm. You also have to get the ectoplasm residue and the black slime and the black slime portal. So I'll show these separately on their own. We're going to find our first ghost scan. This is kind of story related. You're going to have to scan this vase and Slimer's going to pop out, and then you got to scan him completely with the PKE meter. You need a 100% scan. You'll know that if it says the attack, its weaknesses, its name. That's how you know you have a full 100% scan. So now we're going to find an artifact. Shortly after that, we're going to follow our buddy here into another set of vending machines. On the ground in the middle, the PKE meter is going to be blue when you're scanning for those. So it'll be right there on the floor. I believe that is story related. You won't miss that. All right, so we're going to find another scan. We're going to enter this big room here. You can see Slimer and a couple other ghosts. You have to scan, again, one of these other ghosts for 100% in order to count it. Now, in that same room, as you can see, I've done some damage to it, but we're going to find a little bell just below the counter over here. It's actually not the phone I'm aiming at. There's a little bell just below it. You got to scan that with your PKE meter. Inside the kitchen, we'll find our second substance. This is the black slime, so make sure you take a look at that on the wall. Next up, in the hotel's kitchen, you're going to see this big refrigerator you're going to have to eventually move. Well, if you look through the window on the right-hand side, there's going to be a ghost. We need to scan him. That is Pappy. There's going to be a second ghost in this same area. It's going to be these little flying fish. So make sure you get a good scan on both of those. And once you've done that, remove the refrigerator. Instead of going left, turn right, and we're just going to follow this all the way back and find a little kind of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There's a hall here to the right. Don't worry about that. So there's a little miniature Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Scan that artifact with your PKE meter. Now you're going to get to the bar mitzvah room. Take note of that bar in the corner, but this is going to be a little miscellaneous trophy here. I'm going to just show you really quick. On this table next to the cake is a ham. Now in order to get the kosher trophy, you need to basically just keep blasting the ham. As soon as you've cooked it enough, you will pop the kosher trophy. Now it is tricky. The table will explode. Sometimes the ham will go flying away, so just look for that ham. Now remember that bar I mentioned. There is a secret passageway behind us going to lead us to an artifact. What you need to do is blow open this opening here on the right side of the bar, and we can access this hidden room behind it to scan this artifact. This is number 4 out of 42. Alright, so next up, you're going to have a little cutscene with the fisherman ghost. As soon as you're able to move, go up the stairs. It's a dead-end path, but at the end of this path is a painting. You just need to scan that painting. Alright, so once you're in the kind of the flooded area, there's 2 things we need to do. There's going to be a sconce here on the wall, a candlestick sconce. You need to scan it, and then you need to scan the little kind of spider things that come out of it. This is going to be our ghost scan. Get that little crawler. Now also in the flooded area, you're going to see this blocked path. You've got this little white couch that's in the way. Blast an opening here, and we're going to just head straight to the back. I believe we're going to find a toaster along the very back wall if we keep going back. Take out your PKE meter and scan. I think it is a toaster. Alright, so next up, as you're leaving the underground flooded area, you're going to see some elevators on your left, but look to the right. There's this little hole here hiding I don't know why I'm scanning it, hiding a drinking fountain. You just need to interact with that. And the final one in Hotel Sedgewick is going to be at the very end after you've dealt with the fisherman ghost. You're going to have a kitchen golem come out of the wall, so make sure you get a good scan on that, get 100%. It is now time to head to Times Square, and you see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man way down there. We got 4 scans we're going to do down this road. First one, he's going to send a group of little marshmallow minis. You got to scan them. The second wave, he's going to send out some flying beans. We're going to scan those. So there's 2 quick scans there. A little bit later on, gargoyles are going to fly down from the top of the building, and you need to get a scan on these guys as well. One more scan here. Eventually you're going to see something kind of fly out, car explode over on the right hand side of my screen, and there's going to be another unknown entity. We're going to scan this ghost. See, he's the construction worker. Alright, so you're going to make your way through the building, and you're going to have a bunch of washer and dryers kind of moving around. Before you exit the building, there's a drinking fountain. Inside the room right next to it is a toolbox, so we're going to scan that as well. Alright, so back outside, when you've gone through the building, the laundromat, we're going to eventually make our way down to this alley, turn left. Before we do, you're going to see a red car here to the right-hand side. Right in front of it's going to be the artifact. And after you've done that, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's going to blow open that fence there, creating a new pathway for us. We need to go down the alley here to the left. If you look to the left, you're going to see an orange sign. It's going to be Otto's Bar. We're going to go to the front door of that, and we're going to scan a cone right down in here. Now that we've scanned that, we're going to go to the opera building here. You're going to meet a new enemy type. This enemy type is also going to leave a little black slime portal. First, make sure, of course, you get your scan, a 100% scan. And then during this entire encounter, you're going to see some pink slime. This is the black slime portal. It is one of the 4 substances. You'll find it throughout the game, but while you're there, you might as well get it. Alright, so now we're going to finally be able to scan the marshmallow guy. And Stay Puft is going to have to be close to you in order to get the scan, and we were never close enough to him. So make sure you scan him there, and then you and Ray are going to head inside. There's going to be a little cutscene here. After the cutscene, there's a red phone on the corner of this desk that we need to scan. So on the top levels of this office building, we're going to find a water fountain, a drinking fountain, just to our left here. Now it's in this area where you need to destroy everything in the architect's office. So we're going to go into that office here in just a second. I'm going to show you where the artifact is, the 11th one. And then I'm going to kind of talk about the trophy briefly. So once we're in the architect's office, go all the way down to the back, follow that right wall, and you'll go right into it. Now, as I mentioned, there is another trophy here. It's for causing a lot of damage in the architect's office. As you can see, I did quite a number on that. You open this door, this is when the trophy's going to pop, but also mini marshmallows are going to come out and try to eat you, I suppose. I don't know what they're trying to do. And that, because I did enough damage in that office, there's the trophy. Alright, so we're going to have the last artifact here, down this hallway. You're going to see Stay Puft to the right. Follow this down towards the end. Just as soon as we cross this corner here, look around to your left, and then just scan that item on the wall. It is now time to go to the museum, and right at the very beginning of this mission, you're going to find the 4th different substance that we need to scan. Again, the substances you'll find throughout the game. I'm just showing you one instance for each of them, because you do need to find all 4 of them. Now, in the same room, you're going to end up seeing this ghost come out of the display case, and we need to scan him, but if you miss him there, don't worry, because we're going to see him in just a little bit. So we're going to go into the library here, and we're going to find a golem. So we're going to have to scan this book golem. Then once you've defeated this book golem, we're going to go to the back left corner of this room, and behind this door is a painting, and it's that painting that we need to scan. You're not going to be able to scan it from outside the door. You're going to have to interact with the door, go inside the room in order to scan it. Alright, so now we're going to find our 14th scan here. You're going to be in the room with all the levitating table and chairs, and Egon's going to be in the corner scanning this bookcase. Well, he's scanning that because that's where the librarian's going to pop out. So we're going to go ahead and scan her. Continue onwards, go through a maze of bookshelves here into this flickering lit room with the ghost jump scare there. You see these 2 little monitors on the left side. On the table between them is our artifact, and then we have a scan in a row of books nearby. Go down this row here, destroy these books, and then take out your PKE meter and then kind of slowly approach it and try to get a scan on that guy. Remember, it's got to be 100%, so the reticle has to be green before you scan. That's how you get 100%. All right, so later on, a little bit later, you're going to come into this room. You're going to see some conveyor belt things here. Out from the middle one, your buddy is going to appear, as well as a bunch of books. So we're going to scan these book bats. Now there are also 2 other ghosts here, including one at this very beginning scene of this level that we didn't have a chance to scan. He will be here. In fact, you're going to have a pair of twins pop up here momentarily. So after the books are gone, you got Crusto. And then after Crusto appears, you'll get the twin, and that's Cruster. Alright, so just shortly after that, you're going to come down this hall, turn right near the end here on the right-hand side. Before that door over there, which you're not going to be able to go into, is a drinking fountain, so make sure you drink out of that. So we're going into the next room. Now, we're going to take a time out here for a quick trophy guide. You have to scan 3 items in this kid's room. So there's a door close to where you enter the room. It's not going to open all the way. So in order to open this, you need to shoot a dart into the room, maybe once, maybe twice, to get the door open. So then you want to scan this panda bear. Now the 2 other items we need to scan here, and one's going to be in the center of the room, and the other one is going to be on the opposite side from where we're at now. So go to the middle of the room, look at the floor, you're going to see some hopscotch artwork here on the ground. We're going to scan that, and then we're going to scan this little puppet theater over here. Again, you'll see another bear pop out. Wait here for just a moment and we'll get the trophy, and then we'll go and move on with our collectible guide. Just wanted to make sure you guys don't miss that. Alright, so down the stairs, we're going to find this room here. There's a chair right in front of the door. You got to destroy the chair in order to be able to access this room. We're going to scan the calendar on the back wall. So just a little bit from there, we're going to go into the next room. We're going to see the librarian once again. If you have not scanned her, now is another time to do it. Again, I'm only showing you the first time you can scan every type of ghost. Alright, but the real trick in this room is it's a trap. Once you get over here, it's going to trigger a couple mobs, and one of them is going to you're going to have to scan. It's the Bookcenturion. Alright, so now we're in the dark. Got the little dark hallway here, flickering lights, and there's a opening there. We have to remove those metal beams. In this same room, on the back dark corner, you're going to find a tall chair that we need to scan. And then you're going to enter the boiler room. The boiler room is going to have our friend the librarian once again, but she's going to slip through the grates here. And what's going to appear are a couple coal golems, and we need to scan the coal golems. So that is scan number 20. Alright, so now we're in an alternate dimension. Look for these stairs. It's in the area with all the portals. Look for the stairs that lead up to that brown door, and then we're going to take this left portal. It'll take us to an area where you can do one and only one thing, and that is scanning the rug, the Persian rug over here. Alright, get to the hallway with all the mirrors. Turn left and just kind of walk down it just a little bit. There's going to be a little cutscene, but when you walk down it, turn around and you will see this ghost, the cultist. Alright, so we're going to finally leave this chapter of the library, kind of in the alternate dimension. We're about to make our way out. We have to go through this room here on the left-hand side, and you're going to see a bunch of furniture on the ceiling. It's like the room is flipped upside down. Well, we need to scan a chair right around the corner here. This red chair sitting by itself. And then finally, the last thing in the library, of course, is the boss. The final boss of the level. Make sure you get a scan of this thing before we move on. And I will see you guys here in just a second in the museum. Alright, we are finally in the History Museum. Eventually you're going to come down this corridor into this hallway. You'll see a trail of black slime on the ground. Well, if you look in the back left corner, hidden behind this crate, is going to be the object for which we need to scan. Okay, so eventually later on, Ray is going to get possessed. Now this is a 2-part, 2-scan process here. First, we got to scan possessed humans. So scan Ray before you get the possessed ghost out of there. So you scanned Raid for one ghost, and then you're going to scan the actual possessor ghost itself. So it's basically 2 ghosts you need to scan in one. Now you're going to come over to the Gozer exhibit, and then you're going to eventually see these floating red, purple beasts here. The Beauty Queen. Beauty and the Beast. So there you go, scan that, and then we are going to leave the Gozer exhibit and then turn left. And immediately as soon as you turn left, there's a chairman. There's also going to be another ghost you can scan right behind it. Now, if you missed the chairman, don't worry. We'll see him in just a minute. I'll point out another instance. But there are 2 ghosts you can scan there. A little bit later on, you're going to see some green skulls flying your direction. Make sure you tag that with the scan. Make sure it is a 100% scan, of course. Alright, so moving on, where we are now in the Civil War exhibit. A few things we're going to do here. First, we're going to get the artifact. So as soon as you enter the room, just turn left, go to this back corner, and scan this weapon here. Now, let's just take a quick time out and do a quick trophy reminder. This is the mission-specific trophy called You Never Studied. For this, you need to activate these little speaker boxes. There are 4 of them, all within kind of the opening, the entrance to the Civil War exhibit. That would be number 2. Kind of makes a square if you connected them with lines. And then finally, 1 more. Just you don't have to listen to the entirety of these messages. You just have to press the button once and then get all 4 of them, and you'll get the You Never Studied trophy. So back to the collectibles guide. In the nearby room, we're going to have a Civil War breakout, a reenactment. So we're going to have to scan 2 ghosts, 1 Confederate ghost and 1 Union ghost. So again, 2 ghosts we're going to scan in this room. That was the Confederate ghost. The Union ghosts are going to be on the other side typically. There we go. Okay, so moving on, you see we got to rescue someone. We're going to end up down this dark hallway. Lights are going to flash on and off. What you're looking for is Peter Venkman is going to jump out and attempt to scare you. Well, you'll see a big head back here. We need to scan that. Now, if you're observant, you may notice the drinking fountain next to it. So, let's go take a drink. This will be our 7th drinking fountain that we drank out of. Alright, so this is not part of the guide, but if you missed the chairman earlier, as soon as you open this door, it'll be right in front of you. If you miss him here, you'll see him at the end of the level, so don't worry. Anyways, that was just a quick note on the chairman, which I had already gotten earlier. So later on, we're going to kick down a door. As soon as we enter, we're going to turn left and we're going to scan this vase. On the opposite side of this hall is going to be another object, another artifact that's going to be up on the wall in the left corner. I'm just going to run past these enemies here for time's sakes. There we go. So 2 cursed artifacts in that hallway. So later on, after you travel through the tunnel system, you've gone down the spiral staircase, went through the tunnel system. As soon as you come out to the big open area, turn left and go way down to the left. This is actually really far outside of where we need to go. Most of the collectibles are in line with the path that we're going to take. Alright, so finally we are at the end boss. If you haven't scanned the chairman, there he is. But there's going to be 3 creatures he sends out. One is going to be the Venom Crawler, as you can see here. Then we're going to have a Black Slime Fiend in just a moment, followed by the Black Slime Ghost. So here is the Fiend. They come out at various stages during the fight. And then finally the last one is going to be a blue flying ghost. I missed this my first time through. Either I killed the boss too fast or I just didn't look up. But there is the final one in the History Museum. Alright guys, it's time to return to the Hotel Sedgewick. From the very beginning, when you first enter, we're going to travel into the main area. Note, there's a door to my right there. Just remember that in the back of your mind. Alright, so we're going to take this little hallway down on the left-hand side, and as soon as we get to the end, we're just going to look to the right. There's going to be a pair of jeans, bell-bottom jeans for some reason. Alright, so next we're going to talk to the hotel manager at the front of that door. There's going to be the staircase here, so we're going to take this up quite a bit. We are going to find an artifact in the corner right here. So scan that, and we're going to move on. Shortly after that, you're going to encounter some enemies, some ghosts. First ghost you find, these you need to scan. This is the Web Fiend. They're both the same. I'm having a little difficulty getting 100%. I only got 75%. Got to get a better view. Make sure the reticle is green before you scan. All right, so we're going to head into the kitchen area. So we're going to open up the door. We're going to find a large refrigerator to the right-hand side here, commercial fridge. We're going to go ahead and move this out of the way to reveal the artifact hidden right behind it. Alright, so this is our last water fountain. As soon as you go into the generator room, this is where you're going to go and turn on the power for the kitchen. As soon as you open the door, the last drinking fountain is right in front of you. Go ahead, drink out of that, and presuming you got all 8 of them, you're going to get the Ghostbusters drinking game trophy. So, fountains are completely done, out of the way. So next up, we're going to have the battle in the kitchen. There are 3 types of ghosts here. There's a cook ghost, there's also a chef, and then you also have to scan these little pots that are coming at you. They're called kitchen flyers. So make sure you do get 3 scans here. A cook, a chef, and then the kitchen flyers. Make sure we got everything here. I don't quite have 100%. There we go. You know you have 100% when it shows you all the weaknesses and attacks in the name of the ghost. It'll also tell you on the screen. Alright, so next up, we're going to go back to the main entrance of the hotel where we spawned in. I mentioned a door that was to my right. So if you get right back to the beginning of the entrance to the hotel, and as you're looking in to the hotel, the door will be just to our right. So here's where we spawned in. Turn around, the door here's to the right. This is the coat check room. Now this is also the location of where one of the trophy opportunities is. So go ahead and scan that artifact first, and then you got to use the slime to clean all the black slime off the walls and the ceilings. Unfortunately for me, it bugged out and the trophy didn't pop, so I'll have to figure a solution out for that later, but that is how you get the trophy there. So now we're going to be up on the 12th floor. We're going to be following Egon. Egon and you are going to walk to that door at the end of this hallway. Prior to that door, go down the hallway here to the left. The final door on the right, we're going to go inside. It's going to be a hotel room. We need to go into the bathroom. Inside that bathroom is going to be our 29th artifact. I think are we on 29 already? I will have to double check that, but you just want to scan that very disgusting looking toilet. Alright, so you're going to come down a hallway. A bunch of spiders are going to come out to you. That was as soon as you open that door where Egon was standing. Make sure you scan the spiders. And then you're going to get this little brief cutscene. You're going to be kind of at a dead-end path here. You can't go forward. And Egon's going to want to go to the left. You're going to go to the right. So right after that cutscene, go to the right and down this hall. Right in the middle of the hall here with the PKE meter out, you'll see the purple glowing object. And finally, the last scan we need is, of course, the boss in this level. It's the big, gigantic spider. Scan that, and we'll move on. It is now time to visit the Lost Island, which, of course, is no longer lost because we have found it. But we're going to make our way through this tunnel with the rail tracks there, and we're going to split these containers right in front of us, move these barrels out of the way, and over here on the right is going to be a book. We're going to scan that. That is artifact number 31. Artifact number 32 is when you get to the hedge maze. As soon as you enter the maze itself from the stairs, you want to go all the way to the back left corner from when you get off the stairs. Now you notice I'm burning all of the hedges here. Well, because you need to create a path that reveals entrances. Also, because it's going to be required to earn one of the trophies, which I'll get to in just a moment. But as I mentioned, as soon as you get into the hedge maze from the stairs, just keep going back to the left. You'll find it in the corner. So as I mentioned, there is a trophy here. It's called Hedge Buster. What you need to do is burn all of the hedges in this entire area. So just keep circling around it and just use your regular laser to kind of burn all of the hedges there. Now, next artifact is going to be up on the 2nd floor here. We are going to make our way up to the top, all the way around to the back opposite corner. We're going to have to break open some boards. And inside of here, we're going to find a massive painting that we can then scan. This will be artifact number 33. Artifact number 34 is when we're in the underground sewer tunnel area. You're going to find a bunch of black slime. You're going to find a opening here. There's going to be a few of these. When you come across here, you'll see a spider kind of go off to the left. You need to go down to the right instead. It'll take you around to another hidden room. And this is where we're going to find the artifact. Kind of easy to miss because that spider is going to lure you to the left. You just need to make sure you go to the right. So in the big area where you got to drain the black slime in this big room, once you've done that, once you've lowered the gate over there, you need to come down and you're going to find a big monster here. We are going to sneak up to him. It's a black slime monster. Make sure you scan him. Next artifact is you're going to continue through some more tunnels. You're going to come across a big group of spiders. That's your indication that you're going to turn right and follow this path, and we're going to get ourselves the Ghostbusters DVD. One of my favorite artifacts in the game. Alright, so continue onward. You and Ray are going to bust into this room here. Before you go up to the upper levels, take the stairs up. Stay on the left-hand side, kind of in the middle. You'll run across some more artifacts. And the last one in Lost Island, of course, is going to be just scanning the final boss of this level. So do that, and let's move on to Central Park Cemetery. This is the very intro of the cemetery. So from the start, just head straight back and then turn right, and it'll be just opposite of the gate you see over here. It'll be in the corner. So artifact number 38. This is a little confusing. You're going to have to make your way this way. You're going to see someone running off, and you're supposed to go to the left over there. But there's going to be an artifact over here in the corner. You see this little crypt, and you can burn these bushes. We're eventually going to find a collectible. It may not be there just yet. So what you need to do is get the next one first if it's not there, and then come back to it. So artifact number 38 is actually past one. And once you enter this area, you hear the bells. The doors of the crypt over there will open on the right, but you need to go to the back left side. So turn right when you enter this area and go to the back left corner to find these the mug and balloon. Now once we had that, we'll go back to artifact 39, which was where we just were, but I'm labeling it after that last one. So we're backtracking back to where we just came from. Not entirely sure why it works out this way. It seems a little odd. And now we're gonna go to the crypt. The trees are already burnt down, and right around the corner is this skull or face or whatever this is, a stone angel head. Okay, so you and Ray are going to finally reach this part. There's this little cutscene there, and there's going to be two new enemy types that we need to scan. First, it's a grave fiend. It'll come running right at you straight away. The second are these little tombstones, and they're actually going to be running on the ground. So we need to scan that as well. There's one coming right at me. I missed my opportunity. No, don't worry, they'll be there. It is. There's another one. So 2 scans there. Make sure you get 2 scans. And then you're going to come around a corner shortly after those previous 2, and you're going to see this big guy out in the distance. I'm going to actually scan him from a little bit away. So there he is, not long after the previous 2. Then, after you get the key, you're going to trigger this big, gigantic beast. You cannot miss him, but you can miss scanning him, so don't forget to scan him. Then you and Ray are going to have a brief trip underground. As soon as you come back up topside, turn right and run straight back, all the way back. You're going to turn around the backside here and find a little tree. How exciting. All right, speaking of trees, there's a big, massive tree here. This is a trophy opportunity. This one's called One Down on the Ground. And this is for grabbing one of the coffins that are going to come flying at you and slamming it to the ground. So you do that by just using your regular beam here while shooting it with R2. You grab a coffin with L1 and then you slam it to the ground with L2, and that'll earn you the trophy. So moving on, just past that, you guys are going to head downstairs here. You're going to have to burn a lot of tree roots. Once you get down to the end, you'll find this little kind of pond. You just want to circle around it to the left. There's a split in the path here. Make sure you stay along the little pond there. So left at the pond, and then the first right is the technical directions for it. You're going to have to burn a lot of roots. There's going to be a lot of ghosts here. Should have probably cleared out the ghosts first before I hit the record button, but here we are. So make sure you scan the skull there. Alright, so the final artifact in the game, shortly after that previous one, you're going to come up to this area. You're going to be regrouped with your entire team. You're going to have to use your tether to open these doors. Don't forget to grab the artifact while you're here, as well as the trophy, provided you found all 42 of them. A few more scans. So in that same area, some stone angels are going to come rain fire from above. And what you need to do is scan one of those. Make sure it's a 100% scan. And then shortly after that, right before the final boss, you're going to have these big, massive stone ghosts coming after you. There's 2 of them again. You can't miss them. They're big. Just make sure you scan one. And then the final scan is the end boss. So if you've been following this guide, all you should have left basically is finishing the game on professional difficulty and then maybe your damage trophies. Hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Please subscribe.